Hi everybody, hi every spirit, welcome very much to the channel. Let's talk about full moon in Virgo. Thank you very much for watching, your support is greatly appreciated. Leave a like and subscribe. So what is the full moon and what it means the full moon being in Virgo? So full moon usually represents a overreaction or over response about our internal realm and external realm, because mostly other people will also be overreacting and they might express that to you, and you might have to deal with that. Even if you are not overreacting, you might need to share some scenarios of overreaction, and that usually happens a bit more when the full moon is in mutable signs: Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, or Sagittarius, because the mutable modality requires the ability to be mutable and adaptable with your own and others' ways of being, seeing, feeling, etc. So the mutable element or modality into the full moon means that you also might be experiencing some overreactions or over responses when you are joining your ideas or feelings and spaces with somebody else. So it's not just you or the external realm, it's also when you come together with a piece of the external realm. You know what I'm saying? But usually full moon just means more on the negative side and overreaction and over responding. On the positive side, it means that you, not you, everybody is now collecting the fruits of their works. So whatever types of seeds you planted, visions, imaginations, feelings, emotions, whatever type of changes you did to your routine and patterns, to your ability to do a certain thing or stop doing a certain thing on the new moon in Pisces, whatever you planted there, and then how good you took care of those seeds will show now in the full moon in Virgo, and a little bit into the end of this current moon cycle until the moon starts to really wane and get empty. So that means that right now you might be fulfilled or very unfulfilled, and you might have extreme feelings about both. But the important matter is to recognize that whatever you have, you build it on yourself, or you were able to maintain it, you're able to attract something, and you don't have, you can always achieve more or better by analyzing and understanding what you didn't do or what you did too much, because too much water kills the plant. It's a saying here in Portugal as well, you know what I'm saying? So that's the full moon: overreaction, over responding, the accumulation of your work, feeling extremely empty or extremely fulfilled, and just overall the desires are more too close to ourselves, more close to our awarenesses. That's why people say that werewolves come out in full moons, because people become werewolves. Their desires take shape and form, so they take shape and form of an animal in history, in stories, and in some legends and myths, because it's just a metaphor of people getting more in touch and more aware, and sometimes not being able to control their desires. But it's good because in a way, not in a way, literally we are here to experience those desires. Just make sure the desires are not using you, you are using the desires, and they don't break anything that is good and profitable for you in all areas of your life. So, and then what means Virgo? Virgo is mutable earth, the ability to be mutable and adaptable with your own way and others' way of making sense, being on time, being respectable, looking respectable, or demanding respect from others as well, not in an aggressive or authoritarian way. That's more Capricorn, that's more Taurus. Virgos do that by working, by sacrificing themselves, by organizing themselves and showing that, see, I'm organizing your space, respect me, things like that, right? But also means being able to be mutable and adaptable with limits and boundaries, routines and patterns, organization, stability, safety, security, and then it's ruled by Mercury. So it's the internal side, the feminine side of Mercury. So that means it's more about receiving thoughts, ideas, ways to analyze and ways to socialize, ways of being practical, making sense, being realistic, being on time, respecting your word, respecting others' word, trying to help others, trying to support yourself and others in mutable and adaptable ways. And the Mercury aspect makes Virgos the earth signs that respect reality perhaps a bit too much. Because even though Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, Saturn always involves a bigger scope. So Capricorns, yes, they also respect reality a lot, but they can see a bit past reality and understand that there is a bigger agent, a bigger wave at play. And Taurus is ruled by Venus, and the moon is exalted there in Taurus, so they see more love, they see more pleasure, they see more values, they see more partners, they see more profit in reality instead of reality itself, right? So Virgo might have some problems in adapting to what is not real: spirituality, belief, faith, imaginations, love, desires, just that raw energy of life. You know what I'm saying? But a good balanced Virgo will be able to make the most sense and the best and take the best care of desires, of creativity, of imagination. Because, for example, if you have a Libra rising, which is the opposite rising, the normal rising, quote unquote, is Aries. If you have Libra rising, your Virgo house will be in the 12th house, which is the house of dreams, illusions, imagination, spirituality, past life, future lives, spirituality in general, grand dreams, grand illusions, extreme love. But then bringing practicality, patience, limits, boundaries, and realism or reality or more practicality into that area makes that the spirituality makes sense, and then makes reality feel good, feel purposeful, and those sacrifices, those limits and boundaries, that harsh perspective about reality will make sense and it will help you feel good actually, instead of feeling dry and low. But full moon in Virgo, you know what I'm saying, means that everybody's overreacting and over responding a bit more about mutable ways of being real, practical, stable, organized, about limits and boundaries, responsibilities, physical, financial, real situations, and not only those things in itself, but looking organized, you know, looking stable, looking profitable, and then utilize, adapt that to others' realities, offer some help, offer some advice to make sure that others know you are able to organize yourself. So when you communicate that with others, they can see you as an example, they can just get inspired by you, or you just lift up your ego a little bit because you are organized, stable, and profit in your own way, and you can adapt that to others in ways of communicating, aka Mercury. Because remember, Virgo comes right after Leo. Sun, ego, confidence, self-confidence, you know what I'm saying? So Virgos can boost their ego by communicating and being mutable with others about how themselves are practical and organized and profitable, and often they can criticize others' ways of being organized, or lack of structure, or they're too dreamy, or they're too illusional, just for them to feel more validated in their own way of being organized. And sometimes most Virgos that criticize too much dreams and illusions, faith and belief, and spirituality, it's because they need that in their life, but they're so realistic, and the Mercury element makes them value even more that reality and that logic, that they might struggle into accepting a little bit of spirituality, faith, and belief in their lives. So full moon in Virgo means you might be overreacting to lack of organization about yourself, about others, about your job, about your city, just things around you. Because remember, Gemini, which is associated with gossip and the surroundings of you, or your surroundings, I mean, it's also ruled by Mercury. So Virgo also plays a big role connecting to your surroundings, or the surroundings trying to connect to you, because Virgo receives more than Gemini's. So Gemini is more you talking to your surroundings, and Virgos is more the surroundings trying to reach you so they can access or see your routines and patterns and how you are mutable with that. So other people might try to see whatever you're doing. They might try to evaluate whatever you're doing. They might try to know more. They might try to do things like you. They might try to get you to help them be more stable. They might use you as a sacrifice So they look more organized or they look more realistic. But on the extreme hand, you have sometimes people that they are really delusional and they are really like not taking care of their reality, and then they will use a Virgo or somebody that is doing Virgo type things and be like, oh, that person, they have no life. They too organized. They too clean. They too strict. They don't have fun. You know, so the full moon can bring that vice versa role, either using somebody that is not being Virgo enough to look like you are being Virgo enough, or using somebody that is being too much Virgo so you look more acceptable by not being as much Virgo. You know what I'm saying? But in general, full moon in Virgo can also bring too much stress, too much thinking, too much worrying, too much working, too much thinking about working or organizing or putting things in place. And truth be told, full moon in Virgo, in the right way, or the right way to use it, not the, but one of the right ways to use it, is to organize and make sense of what you already have, of the things that you already planted and they are growing now. So instead of you now trying to make everything make sense and put everything into place and make everything look good, this should be just like the final touches, and then you organize things and sit back and put your feet up so you can relax and enjoying seeing how things are already organized. But that's the perfect way, or that's if we discount the overreaction and the over responses, because those things will happen and you just need to catch yourself and be like, oh, I'm overreacting, I'm thinking too much or worrying too much about job, working, cleaning, looking clean, looking organized, because true Virgo essence is actually a saying or an expression that only Portuguese people have, which is desenrascar, which is do what you have to do with the tools that you have available to you. And that's the true nature of Virgo. It's being mutable and adaptable in making sense, in making things work. So if you want to fix your fridge and you don't have the right tool, you can do it with the wrong tools. It's not the right way to do it, but it's doable, and that's the true essence of Virgo. But full moon in Virgo can make you or people around you, and then you have to deal with that, be too much, oh no, I can't look organized, I can't look like I'm not doing the right thing. Or you might have the right tools to fix the situation, but you overthinking so much, you don't see that possibility. You don't see the possibility of desenrascar, of doing the job with the wrong tools, because it still can be done, and that's the true nature of Virgo. You know what I'm saying? On the positive side, you can feel invigorated by the hard work that you've done, by some sacrifices that you have done, by some changes to your routine and pattern, because another sometimes not seen nature of Virgo is to use limits and boundaries, sacrificing in routines and patterns, in how you use your time, so you feel better, or so you can dedicate more time to parts of your life that make you feel more fulfilled and more purposeful. So you can dedicate more time to your family, for example. Sometimes you cut some work hours, you know what I'm saying? So you can help somebody of your family be more organized, or actually help them in their job, you know what I'm saying? And that will make you feel better and somebody else feel better and feel organized, stable, and structured. You know, it's kind of the same thing with Cancer and Capricorn, sacrificing work, sacrificing business, sacrificing status to then be more profitable in family, pleasure, comfort, and spirituality, you know? But here it involves more connection with others. So that can be the good things. You feel more comfortable, you feel more ready, you feel more value in doing those things, in sacrificing yourself for the ones that love you and that are profitable relationships. And now let's take a look at how the full moon in Virgo is aligning with the rest of the sky. So because it's full moon, the sun is opposing the moon. So full moon in Virgo opposing the sun in Pisces, right? Feeling extremely uncomfortable, or feeling extremely wise when it comes to feel realistic, organized, on time, on the job, without losing spirituality, pleasure, purpose, connection, and love in general. I know love can be very broad term, but it's Pisces, so we'll take that. Then full moon in Virgo is sextiling Mars in Cancer, so an opportunity to feel organized, to feel stressed, or to feel like reality is crushing you in, or feeling like you are driving through reality through the right places when it comes to passions, motivation, anger, and frustration that derive from or create new feelings, new emotions, and new senses of spiritual comfort, spiritual familiarity, and spiritual purpose. Full moon in Virgo, squaring Jupiter in Gemini, learning how to expand internally by being able and feeling comfortable, or by surpassing feelings of stress and worry when being more mutable and adaptable in a logical, cold, detached, and social way, when sharing your wisdom, your knowledge, your travels, and your testimonies. Full moon in Virgo is also opposing Saturn in Pisces, so feeling extremely uncomfortable or extremely smothered by reality and by spirituality, or by lack of reality of people that are a part of your network or that share your space, or feeling extremely blissed because you can see the reality of spirituality and you can attract and be part of networking, association, infrastructure, and organization where people are purposeful, they are fulfilled, they have love, and they can create, and you as well, because you are part of it, they can create reality out of spirituality in the right way. Because that's the main goal of us being a spirit in a body, to create reality out of our own spirituality. And then everybody together, or every spirit together, with their own spirituality, comes together, teamwork makes a dream work, and then we create reality. So full moon in Virgo, opposing Saturn in Pisces, we can see, because Virgo brings reality and the moon brings subconscious awareness, and when you bring those together, even though it's not a sun alignment, we can see, because the sun is in Pisces, so it's already showing or shedding some light over reality, and full moon in Virgo brings the conclusion, brings the logic, brings the knowledge. Sun and Saturn in Pisces brings the wisdom. So it's a balanced opportunity. So we can really see how real things, how networking, how reality, how infrastructures were created out of spirituality. So you can know their purpose, you can know if it's good or bad, aka profitable for you, you can see the intention, you can see if it's working or not, you can see if it's manipulative, or if it's really to support the people. When it comes to governments, for an example, now it's really easy for you to see what's the goal of certain governments or certain takes of governments, because you can now feel more realistic or a bit more worried about whatever an organization or big infrastructure is doing when bringing reality out of from spirituality, Then we have full moon in Virgo opposing Neptune in Pisces, feeling extremely uncomfortable or extremely realistic about grand dreams and grand illusions, and about things that deal with your past life and big goals for the future, even evolving future lives. Full moon in Virgo is in conjuncting Venus in Aries, misunderstanding or overreaction and over responses in realistic, stress and organized ways about relationships, pleasures and commitments that derive from new feelings, new passions, new frustrations, new aggressiveness and new motivations. Full moon in Pisces also in conjuncting Mercury in Aries, so extreme reactions and extreme responses that are expressed or felt in realistic, logic, organized, stressed, or worrying ways about thoughts, ideas, conversations, logical systems, and ways to socialize that derive or create new feelings, new passions, new motivation, new aggression, or new frustrations as well. Full moon in Virgo trining Uranus in Taurus, so a gift to feel extremely comfortable, extremely lost, extremely worried, extremely stressed, or extremely organized when it comes to have new and fresh ways, new unique ways and new changes to how you and everybody else achieve and maintain in a fixed way stability, profit, safety, security, privacy, pleasure, and value. And lastly, but not least, full moon, full moon in Virgo in conjuncting Pluto in Aquarius, overreactions and over responses felt in organized, stressed, or worrying ways about how the whole world is transforming into a place where everybody can have their own little shop and express their unique and fresh mind about reality, themselves, and how they fit in reality. Then also, we have North Node in Aries, if I'm not mistaken. No, actually it's already in Pisces. Oh, because it's retrograde. Oh, okay, we have to make a video about that. Oh, that's interesting, because North Node is now conjuncting Sun, Saturn, Neptune, and opposing full moon in Virgo. So that means that South Node is in Virgo, actually, at the moment. Conjuncting the full moon. That's pretty interesting, actually. Maybe then we'll do a full video about that, because I think that's very valuable. But basically, full moon in Virgo opposing North Node in Pisces, feeling extremely worried, extremely stressed, or extremely organized, wise, and balanced when it comes to evolving your ability or expanding in the area of being mutable and adaptable with your feelings, emotions, dreams, illusions, imagination, creativity, spirituality, spiritual belief systems, and extreme ways to love or participate in toxic situations or relationships. And then full moon in Virgo conjuncting South Node in Virgo, which means feeling or it's more likely to feel comfortable and to be familiar with full moon in Virgo scenarios. Positives about that: you just feel more comfortable in general, you feel more ready to do Virgo-like things or to support others going through full moon in Virgo scenarios. Negative points: because you're more familiar with it, you might get frustrated faster, or you might repeat some full moon scenarios that you have done before. And that's everything for today, guys. Thank you for watching. Leave a like and subscribe. Get readings and consultations with me. And I wish you the best thoughts, ideas, feelings, and emotions, and a whole bunch of individuality, creativity, and responsibility as well. See you on the next time.